give a perspective from the Kerala government.
So I'm just going to spend a very brief amount of time just explaining what Kerala has in mind as far as the electronic space goes. It's a general presentation, it's the end of the day, and I've been tasked with the job of what the government normally is not set to honor, which is to actually try and maintain time. So I'm going to try and finish it as soon as possible. Essential facts, I think Kerala is very well known. At the end of such a long day, I'm sure a lot of us would love to be at Kovalam or on the plains of, or in the hills of Munnar or Idukki. It's got great social indicators, has great promise as far as industrial development goes. There's a lot of non-resident Keralites who have got skills and capabilities who are now coming back to the state, and they have a lot to offer to industry, is what we have to say. Infrastructure, again, conventional infrastructure, airports, it has 3 airports, 2 more in the pipeline. When we talk, we are in the midst of talking about innovation. I think one thing I would like to mention is that Kerala's model of public-private partnership, which was first started by CIAL, actually, the Cochin International Airport Authority. Now it's widely, that is the first PPP airport which is started in the country. Now we have a lot more of those that you see across India, and it's really changed the way we travel today. Seaports, we have 1 major port and 3 minor ports, 3 intermediate ports and 14 minor ports. Road and rail network, fairly good, could be better. There are efforts to actually do that. Quality of power, we have, as of now, we are okay on power, but we do realize that going forward, we'll be on a crunch scenario. To take care of the power requirements, one thing that the state is really doing is looking at using the gas which Petronet LNG is bringing into Cochin coming June to actually increase capacity of gas-based power plants in the state. Water, thanks to the fact that we are on the windward side of the Western Ghats, we do fairly well on the waterfront. And electronics is one space which requires good quality water, and that's something that Kerala does have. Telecom infrastructure, good, and urban infrastructure amenities available across the length and breadth of the state. These are some of the conventional parks that Kerala has created over the years. There isn't one on electronics per se at this point in time, but then I'll touch upon what we intend to do in the electronic space as we go forward. IT, we have a hub and spoke model. We have 3 major centers, which is Trivandrum, Cochin, and Calicut. And around them, we have smaller centers where actually IT parks have already been started up. Kerala's thrust sectors that it has said are 10, of which the relevance for electronics is in 3. To my mind, one is IT-enabled services, healthcare services, and in biotechnology, nanotechnology, and other sunrise sectors. These are 3 sectors where electronics has an impact. These are the IT parks where we are looking at expansion, and I'm not going to touch upon this because that's not the area that we're discussing this time. Healthcare, I find that we have, there are certain pockets where we are looking at medical devices manufacturing where electronics can definitely play a role. So that's something that some of you can think of, and the state government is always open to entertaining ideas on this front. In biotechnology, nanotechnology, and other sunrise sectors, we're actually looking at setting up a life sciences park in Trivandrum where we are bringing together both health as well as we could take components of electronics there as well. Just to give you a sense of some of the larger infrastructure projects which are being planned where electronics has a role, one is that we're looking at a national investment manufacturing zone which will actually come, which will go from Cochin to Palakkad. And this is like along the NH47 as the spine, it's about 20 kilometers on either side. We're looking at 20 clusters. And one of those clusters that we're looking for is actually the electronics cluster. We are looking at creating facilities which are, state of the art. We would look to, having the best of standard design modules, power facilities, water, utilities, all those which an industry would need and which would actually meet the needs of the industry of tomorrow. One of the nodes at Cochin is going to be the electronics hub. That is where we are actually, we are looking at over 300 acres of land there, and we would encourage potential investors to, it's in the design stage, so we are open to taking ideas as to what is it that Kerala can actually grow, given the environmental constraints that we work under. At the Life Sciences Park in Trivandrum, as I earlier mentioned, we are looking at a biotechnology and nanotechnology oriented complex. For people who are not aware of it, there are large number of research institutions based around Trivandrum, like the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Sciences, which is known for actually producing one of the earliest ones to produce blood bags in India. There are a lot of R&D institutions, and we want to create an ecosystem. We have talked a lot about ecosystem, so we would like to create an ecosystem which involves research, which involves industry, and which also involves incubation and pilot facilities at this Life Sciences Park. We are already in discussions with the Department of Biotechnology for funding an incubation center. We are looking at Sri Chitra taking a lead in building a medical devices hub in conjunction with the Department of Science and Technology. This is something like about a 500 crore investment, so we want to make it happen, and we would look to ideas from a health electronics space perspective. If it is bioinformatics, if it is medical devices, we'd like to hear from you. And for people who may, Kerala is open to innovative ideas and opportunities. I'm just leaving this slide as a thought. It was during the course of the last year, it was brought to our notice that some of the tourism destinations have great potential for seaplane services. It's not there in many places in India except in the Andaman Nicobar Islands, but Kerala, with all the lakes and reservoirs that it has, it thought that it's worth investing in this thing. And it's actually going ahead and creating 3 pilot facilities for seaplane services in tourism destinations in Kerala. So the basic infrastructure is being provided by the state, and then the operations will be left to private operators. So we are open to ideas. We are open to getting inputs from the industry, and we hope that you would be part of an emerging Kerala. Thank you.